Chris Payton-Jones packed a lot of life into 29 years. It's easy to say he was a good guy, but with him, the words feel like an understatement. He shaped his life around helping people. He was a mentor, a creator, building his own media platform. And by every account, really every single person I've come across, just an honest-to-goodness bright spot in the world. Not many people can say that about themselves. That was Chris. On April 11th, everything changed. He died in a car accident in Florida. Out of nowhere, just gone. It stops you. The world moves on, but it's missing a little bit of light now. His old high school coach, Adam Geis, said something that just keeps echoing in my mind. He said, "He was one of my all-time favorites. The kid never missed a workout, never missed practice, and never wanted to come off the field. Everyone loved him." I know, sometimes people say things like that at funerals or after a loss, but with Chris, it's different. No exaggeration, no polite fiction. His teammates, his friends, coaches, they all say the same thing. Everyone loved him. It's rare to hear that and actually believe it, but with Chris, you did. That's not just charm or popularity, that's character. So, who was Chris Payton-Jones? Let me paint a fuller picture because he's worth more than a blip on the news. He grew up in Jacksonville, started as a cornerback at Sandalwood High School, and even as a teenager, people saw something special in him. Not just game-changing talent, but the kind of attitude that draws people in. Coach Geis described him as unbelievably positive. And you know how tough it is to find a teenager that positive? Even in high school, Chris never said a negative word about anyone. Think back to your own teenage years, or if you've ever wrangled adolescents. You know how rare that is. He graduated in 2014 and took his shot at college football, heading to Nebraska. That alone is pretty huge. But then, in 2018, Chris signed with the Detroit Lions as an undrafted free agent. Making it to the NFL is a dream. Doing it without your name called on draft day? That takes more than skill. That takes grit and stubbornness. Showing up every day, refusing to be overlooked, always pushing, even when the spotlight's not on you. His NFL career wasn't the stuff of front-page headlines, but it wasn't a footnote either. He played for the Cardinals, the Vikings, the Titans, the Raiders, 29 games in the league. Afterward, he kept going, playing with the XFL's Seattle Sea Dragons, then landing with the St. Louis Battlehawks of the UFL. Only in January 2026 did he retire, stepping away from football, just 3 months before that night in Alachua County. After the accident, the UFL put out a statement that got it right. Chris was a beloved teammate and leader in the locker room who demonstrated hard work, determination, and resilience. But the part that really stuck with me, off the field, Chris was always a bright soul who everyone throughout the league enjoyed spending time with. That's what people remember, isn't it? Not just the stats, but the light you bring into a room. Here's the thing I keep thinking about. Chris could have drifted, quietly disappearing after his football days. Instead, he went back to his roots in Jacksonville and started planting seeds, mentoring, building up Flash Flicks, a sports media brand that's already pulled in over 1 million views since 2024. That's serious impact for someone fresh out of pro sports. It's not someone coasting into retirement. It's someone hungry for new purpose. His high school's associate head coach, Pat Clark, nailed it. The hardest working human being I've ever been around. A great player, but an even better person. Think about how many players a coach sees in a career, then let that sink in. When people like that tell you someone was special, you know it's real. The details of the crash are as random as they are devastating. Chris was heading the wrong direction on a late Saturday night, head-on collision, car fire, gone on the spot. Only 29. That's not nearly enough time. He just left football, was throwing himself into his next chapter, mentoring, creating, building something new, and then, just like that, everything stopped. There aren't words to make sense of that. There just aren't. It's brutally unfair. But if you're looking for something to take away from Chris's story, it's this. He lived wide open. He showed up. He never coasted, never let setbacks define him, never felt too good to help the people around him. He created opportunities for himself and others, never settling for the easy route, never content to bask in old glories. He let his character speak, on the field and off, and it resonated with everyone who crossed his path. That's what makes a life matter. Did he get as many years as he deserved? Absolutely not. But the years he did have, he filled them up. He was bright, generous, deeply loved, and left every room he entered a little brighter than he found it. Rest easy, Chris. You mattered. A lot. Whether you knew it or not, people will remember you, talk about you, and try to follow your lead. The light you brought didn't go out. People are still feeling it now.